to help you out and get it posted.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say here that this season has been very good for the ULM Warhawks. 3-2, but I don't think our record is indicative of how hard we played. 8 points away, pretty much from a 5-0 start. What would you say about this team so far this season?
I think the big thing that you've noticed is that head coach Todd Berry entering his third year, his system rather has finally taken hold with this team, and as they've really bought into the system, believing and trusting on him. A prime example is this past Saturday at Middle Tennessee Sun Belt Conference opener. They call it fake punt. I talked with kicker punter Justin Madden after the game, asking him if he was nervous at all when that call was made, and he didn't even hesitate. No, we practiced it, so we're ready to go.
And most definitely,
that's a great thing I like about the ULM team. The coach is giving them so much confidence, and they play with such a high level of confidence. They go in these games knowing they can compete. So how's the morale in the locker room right now?
Oh, I mean, they're on cloud nine, and not necessarily going into a game with a big head, but going in there confident, knowing that they can compete with any team out there. They're going to have to put 11 players on the field, just like ULM does, and ULM feels that their 11 players are better, and they're out there to prove that. And so far, it's been a case where they have been the better 11 on the field.
now right now we've hit conference play. As you said earlier, we play against FAU on Saturday night. This will also be a game that's going to be on the Sun Belt Network. Uh, who would you say would probably be the teams that might give ULM a little bit of a challenge in order to win the Sun Belt Conference this year?
I think overall, when you're looking at the conference, you definitely got to look at Lafayette. They had a good showing last year, and it's really carried over to this season. Western Kentucky has shown some great playing early on this year. But I really think before you get down the road to those games, you really have to focus on FAU this weekend, because even though they're not a very good team, a bad performance by ULM would definitely be a huge setback for all the momentum they've had leading up to this point.
Right. Now, I know it's early. We have a lot of football left to play, but just their whole perspective, what bowl game can you see ULM getting with their caliber of wins and close games?
I think that they're almost a shoe-in for the Sun Belt spot in New Orleans for the New Orleans Bowl. I think that bowl game saw that when they have a Louisiana team in it, that it draws really well and makes everybody a lot of money. So I really think that would be the big target and the big area that ULM is kind of focused in on, and likewise they're focused in on ULM for the postseason.
Now, as you had stated earlier about the teams, you talked about ULL doing pretty well and also Western Kentucky doing pretty well. It seems like to me right now the Sun Belt Conference is not everybody's whipping boy right now. It's like that they're starting to get some big wins as the seasons have started to come together. Uh, it's just amazing. It's just amazing of what the conference has done in its 10 years of existence, hasn't it?
It really is, and I think the bigger indicator outside of those wins that the different Sunbelt schools have posted is you look at the Sunbelt has 3 teams in the coaches poll, others receiving votes. That's to me a bigger deal where there's other head coaches around the nation have taken note of what their counterparts are doing in the Sunbelt and have given them some credit with some points there in the top 25.
Oh yes, most definitely. And I just also wanted to also mention another team a team that's in Louisiana, but that's not in the Sun Belt Conference. Louisiana Tech is doing pretty well too, and I just would hope that one day, maybe, and just maybe, as me being a ULM alum, that I would love to see a ULM Tech matchup once again.
I would definitely love to see it as well. I got to see 2 of them during my time in college at ULM in Northeast. But right now, it's beyond the politics of the schools. It really comes down to a scheduling availability,
Mm-hmm.
with neither side having an opening until at least 2014 or 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now let's talk about multiple sources reporting that Louisiana Monroe received a commitment Wednesday from Tevin Horton. Can you give us any more information on that?
Yes, that was actually last Monday, I believe it was. Tevin Horton, a running back out of John Curtis, gave his commitment. He's a Rivals 2-star running back. Had a chance to see him the Friday before ULM played at Tulane. Great running back. Kind of limited on his touches of John Curtis just because they have so many running backs that they run through their system that he just doesn't get a lot of touches. But I'll tell you, when he got the ball, it was a great sight to see.
Right, and ESPN has him listed as a 3-star talent. He runs a 4.6 in the 40-yard dash, a 4.54 in the 20-yard shuttle. He has a 29-inch burst, so he sounds like one heck of an athlete that the Warhawks could use. So we'll hope to see that he sticks with his decision to go to ULM.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, ULM's sitting on 7 commitments right now, so probably in the neighborhood of 15 to 16 scholarships to give for the 2013 class. So they're very much in good shape for their recruiting this year, and now it's just a matter of finding those last few guys that can really help the team. A lot of focus is going to be on the defensive side of the ball, and then you just got to hold on to them until February for signing day, and then make sure that even after they sign, that the grades are in order, so that when the July frame rolls around and the freshmen have to report, that you do get all the players that you sign.
Oh yes, and that looks very impressive too. About the recruits that seems like they're coming in, and I just really hope that they build have a good recruiting class and just have something to really build for in the future, and keep this whole thing going and stuff.
The foundation's laid. I think the 2012 season this year is really the foundation. Mm-hmm. I think next year you'll see pretty much the same results that you see this year, with pretty much the same team back, the same schedule, if not a little bit easier of a schedule next year.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much this excitement should be around at least for the next 2 years, and then from there it's a matter of what all have these coaches been able to build on to capitalize on this success.
All right, that's right, and it all sounds pretty good. Rob, you have anything else for him?
Not really. I'm just very impressed with ULM this season. Just glad to see the growth continue. Glad to see the players buy into the system. And just thank you for your time, man. Keep it posted.
Well, dude, be sure to check out WalkReport.com for all the latest on ULM and the recruitment.
All right. Sir. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, and that was Dusty Thibodeau of WarhawkReport.com. Like he said, you can always take a look at the website, for all your Warhawk needs and stuff. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back in. We'll talk about the MLB playoffs. This is the Gafford and Brown Show.